Hey everyone, welcome to this week's show. I am your host and GM of Team Ramrod, and we have with me my co-commissioner and GM of Saucier Pass, Corey. Oh, I can't hear you.
You hear me?
There
What's
you
going on? All
go.
right.
We're having a really condensed week. It's a busy time of the year for a lot of people. Corey's been feeling under the weather. I've been working nights. My schedule just isn't friendly for the show this week. So we're gonna rush through. We won't be going in too much into in depth, but we don't want to miss a week because fuck that. Like we're not amateurs. We'll
Too
just
many
put on
trades will build up.
we'll just put on a little something. Let's get right into the results then, because we're on time crunch. Sauce Pass 3-7 and 0 after losing to Svetch Me a Drink 6-3 and 1 in third place. What happened here, buddy?
Yeah, Dan's team took it to me, similar to what I thought. Um, he didn't have a crazy good week, but he didn't need much more to kind of get through me. His goalies took three categories, players took eight, seven, sorry. So yeah, he really walked through me. I had a ton of injuries at one point last week. I think it's seven IR spot or IRs or day to days. People did come back by the end. He only had three games advantage on me, but it's enough to get through it. Take a quick look at. I really only had Suzuki show up for me on the week. A goal, four assists, three power play points. Um, Kastelic, I ended up trading him two goals and an assist. Wolf had a decent week. It was and one nice thing about this, no Bennington. No complaints there. But your Tarasov start wasn't great, but it was a start I wasn't
Against
expecting.
Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. I knew what I was getting into. So moving over to Dan's team. Dylan Cousins, a good week. Goal, six assists, nine shots, five power play points. Josh Jones still contributing here. Two goals, two assists, three power play points, eight shots, two hits. Makar, goal, two assists. And then DeBrincat, four goals, three assists. Game winner, 11 shots. Thomas, three goals, two assists. I think
Dad's
it's a
favorite player.
shorty, power play point. Who's favorite player?
Dad's favorite player.
Oh, yeah. Dan loves him. At least contributing this week, right? No hits, not the depth stats aren't there, but seven shots. Um, and then his goalies had a solid week. Knight got a shutout, I think, on Tuesday for him. And it really just sealed the deal. And I had a huge gap to try to recover after that. Uh, Talbot not getting as many starts now with Gibson stealing the crease in Detroit, but Shesterkin with a win. Not a great start, but didn't need much more to kind of get through me.
No, Dan keeps rolling and you keep slumping. I think you've kind of settled into mostly a seller position at this time, trying to build for a better foundation based on your moves.
Yep.
Um, but big win for Dan to kind of pace himself above the playoff chase.
Huge playoff chase.
Team Ramrod, 4-6 and 0 in 11th place. Finally snapping the losing streak, defeating forgot about Dre, 3-5 and 2 in 12th. This was super close. Saturday I knew what I was in for, so I picked up the two remaining goalies who were on the wire that could possibly play Sunday. In preparation for my Sunday showdown to take saves and possibly wins. Took saves, but neither of them got me a win. Uh, Pittsburgh blowing a 3-0 lead in the third. This could have went down. We were watching the plus minus all day, Nick and I, because it was really close at one point. It was a one plus minus. Then what ended up getting me the win, we thought we were going to tie. I got a miraculous power play goal, McDavid and Hyman on it. No Dre, which tied me in
Oh,
power play points and stole the win.
yeah, it's tight. 7-6 win for you here. Shutout for you and getting saves. Nick's goalies, not a great showing, but enough there. Goals against average and save percentage. I think it's his worst in like 4 weeks, but still got through to you. A shorthanded point by him, but yeah, a difference of plus three for you. Tied in power play points. It's always scary, right? Coming down on a Sunday when the plus minus is that close. But
Yeah.
yeah, to get power play points and him to get none is huge for you, like you said.
On the one goal with
Yeah.
that. So it was a
Uh,
miracle. It was a miracle for Team Ramrod.
Well, yeah, you can see your Edmonton guys really carrying the load here. 9 goals, 6 assists, plus 13, just between McDavid and Hyman, 28 shots. Marchand, 2 goals and an assist, still doing well for you. Matthews, 2 goals. And then your shutout coming from Bobrovsky. But
Yep.
yeah, 6 goalies getting starts for you on the week. Murr is only 2 shots before he got pulled, and that was enough. And you said, fuck it, I'm dropping him. Um, and then you got Hellebuck back, so obviously Comrie's out now. Uh, so yeah, your team's starting to look healthy here once Kachuk comes back. Squeezing through a win over Dre here. Yeah, Draisaitl 6 assists plus 4 on the week. Seagrass just picked him up 2 goals, 2 assists, doing well in Philly. Kucherov goals, 7 assists plus 5. Wilson a quiet week for him. A lot of players moved there too, and now Vasilevsky didn't get a start for him. Um,
He was injured.
but yeah, exactly. So he had Johansson just picked him back up. So Hart still doing decent for him in Vegas. Um, he has goalies on 3 good teams, right? So that could be scary.
Yeah, no, it was
But
a really tough matchup. We were expecting a tie. We called it at the start of the week. He's like, we're going to tie, and it almost happened. So I'll take the extra point, though, jump me right back into the hunt. And I have a fairly favorable schedule over the next 5 weeks. Only one of my opponents is in a playoff spot right now. I have
right
you.
now,
Yeah, I have you, Plums, Mark. Who's the other one? I don't
there's big
remember.
upsets coming. That's what I
Oh,
hear. Show 'em.
Casey. I'm playing Casey right
Oh,
now. So,
that's an easy win.
yeah.
Okay, that's an easy win.
Jager Bombs, 5-5-0, seventh place, defeating Hughes your daddy, 1-8-1 and 16th. Barely coming out with a win, 8-7. What happened here?
Yeah, goalie matchup on this one. Uh, Braden taking 3 categories, Casey two shutouts to one between them. Casey getting saves and wins. Looking at the other stats, shots, Braden only winning by 5, 3 blocks. Plus minus only 4 apart, 3 assists. So Casey had a good week here. Snuck away with 2 game winning goals on his 6 goals. That's always fortunate. Uh, 17 power play points for Braden. That's a solid week. Enough to squeeze by here. But no, really, I think Braden had a pretty good week. Wasn't an easy week against Casey, but enough to get the win. Look at who contributed here. Ooh, you got a bunch of people kind of doing well on the point side here. Got Russ 3 goals, 3 assists. Lee's 2 goals, 2 assists. Bennett with a few goals, 6 hits. Um, Kadri still doing really well lately in Calgary. A goal, 4 assists. No grit for him this week though. Uh, and the shutouts. Gibson getting 2. Really stealing the crease from Talbot there, like I said earlier. Carried the way goaltending wise with his Dallas duo. Have to get the win and then go to Casey's side here. Uh, 4 assists out of Slavkovsky, 5 shots, 5 hits. Nekis, 4 assists, still doing well in Colorado. 7 shots, two hits, and a bunch of random people who also did well through the week. He had a lot of trades
Yeah,
this week, right? So
trades, yeah.
yeah, so he has a
Friday, he
ton
just
of
went off in trades. So,
yeah. We'll get there soon. He'll be getting his win for his shutout for him. Soros getting 2 wins. Koch with a rare start. Um, yeah, he had a solid week. Just it was an easy win still.
keeping him down in the Caucasaurus race,
That's what I
keeping
like
him
to
in the
see.
lead. Good win for Braden. And he's right back in the mix here, playoff spot as well. Daltrey, 9-0-1 in first, defeating Tage against the Machine, 4-5-1 in 10th. What happened here?
Yeah, he just took it to Mark. I don't think this one was too close for the week. Um, Taking 3 goalie stats to one, but his offense or his players really carried the weight here. Pretty gritty team. Mark with a plus 23. Uh, a few close categories, but I don't think this was a close one coming down to Sunday.
Those
Schmaltz
Minnesota
having a good.
goalies, right? Like, whew.
They got a shutout against me this week already. So Schmaltz goal and 4 assists. Yeah, look at the grind. You got 11 hits from Kraus, 16 from Pod Colson, 3 goals as well from him. 2 goals, 4 assists from Mac, 4 goals from Stutzel, 2 assists, eight shots, 7 hits, 5 power play points. Robertson 2 goals, still doing well. And the goalie stats here, yeah, all the goalies played well. Decord with a 201 and 923, pulling the stats down for him. Gustafsson and Wallstead doing well, both surpassing that. Back hurts. You got Mark Stein here. Thompson with a good week. 4 goals, 3 assists, 4 power play, a game winner, 16 shots, 2 hits, 4 blocks. Boldy, 2 goals, 4 assists, +8. 4 goals from Stamkos, all in the one game.
All in one game.
Yeah, 21 shots. Uh, yeah, then you see Bennington here. Fit right in with Mark's team. Um, a 9 goals against average and a 760. So I got a few messages from him after that, that's for sure.
His best
Um,
goalie was his ad.
yeah, yeah, it's true. Forsberg probably should have kept on to him too with Kemper getting out for a little bit, eh?
Oh, is he injured?
Yeah, Rantanen ran into him. They put him on IR, so he's missing 3 games at least.
No, big win. Is Daltrey? Who's going to stop Daltrey? Who's going to be his first loss? We'll see, I guess. It'll be interesting. Shifley Tower, 5-5 and 0 in ninth place after losing to the House of Kirill, 5-4 and 1 in fifth. What happened here?
Yeah, his players, goalies, um, his players really showed up. 17 goals to 14, 1 power play point difference, but oh yeah, Neil really took it to him. Goalie stats, taking 5 wins, 195 saves. Only putting up an 899, but enough to get it done here. Derek's team, we got Shifley still doing well. 2 goals, 2 assists. Jarvis, 2 goals. Toffoli, 2 goals, 2 assists. Um, one really going off the charts here. Goalie wise, everyone getting a win for him. Um, and Vladar, the one with the best stats for him in Philly. Swayman and Allmark with subpar stats, but getting wins for those teams. Going over to Neil's team here, you got Eriksson Ek in Minnesota, 3 goals, 4 assists, +8, 14 shots, 4 hits. Genther, 5 goals on the week with the game winner. Pasternak, 2 goals, 2 assists. Manson putting up some points with his grind, three assists. Kaprizov, 3 goals, 2 assists. So all the keepers are showed up really big this week. Uh, Going to the goalie stats. Uh, yeah, Sorokin with it with another good week. Veg with 100 saves on the week with 2 wins. Decent numbers, but yeah, enough to get him the win.
Yeah, Neil again, another one of those GMs. I mean, everyone's in the playoff mix, but he's climbed right back out. A couple weeks ago, he was near the bottom, and now he's right in the middle, right? So big win for Neil. The farm team pulling out another tie. 2-4 and 4 and 13th. Tying TVT. He's getting upset about it. 4-3 and 3 and 6th. I know Travis thought he had the win, and then he checked the stat corrections, and he knew he was going to tie, and he was a bit ragey on Sunday night about it.
And I think it's because it helped his save percentage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there were four
This,
saves being added, and it gave him the save percentage.
yeah, that's huge. Got the swing. Kyle taking him with 1 goal, 2 shorties, really helping, winning by 4 blocks. Goldie stats, they split 2 apiece. Um, yeah, I'm surprised Travis didn't win the grit this week. Normally that's where he kind of goes, 29 pims, 2 game winners. Um, yeah, neither of them really wanted to go run away with this one. Um, I think that honestly, I think they're both fortunate to get the tie.
Hey,
Now
at this
Bedard and
point,
on,
you should take that point, right? It's so close. Be happy with
yeah,
that point.
Bedard goal, 3 assists. Trennan 23 hits, 8 shots. So there's that some of that offense. Marner goal, 4 assists, decent week. Uh, Miller and Lindell getting him his shorthanded points. Dunn goal, 3 assists. Eichel 5 apples. So there's a couple big injuries for him here.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too long term. Now that he had Demko come back, who already put up a shutout this week. Hopefully he was in his roster for that. Lincoln and not doing well, so I'm sure he's happy to see Demko come back. But You can even get rid of this guy with how often Demp goes out, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of a thing to think about. But go to TVT's side here. A couple more injuries too. Just kind of, I know we'll love to hear about that. Six apples for Hudson. Not really some depth stats though. Patty Kane, goal, three assists. Braden Point, two goals, three assists. So you got Meyer out too now though, and some healthy goalies here though.
Yeah. Goalie not
But his
playing
only goal,
healthy.
his only goalie was the one he dropped though. Ned, he's the one who carried the weight this week. Doing the best. Yeah, not much to
Hofer
say.
got him a
They had
shutout last
subpar.
night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, so big tie, seven ties between the two of them already, and we're
Week
20 like
week 10.
20 matchups between the two of them.
No, it's wild how many ties there are this season. That just again shows you how close the league really is this year. This is the closest we've ever been. I fucking love it. It's actually fun seeing that anyone can win every week, right? So, Patches of Hooligan 7-3-0 in second, defeating Domo, Captain Crunch 3-6-1 in 14th. What happened here?
Yeah, four goalie stats from Patches to zero. You look at the player stats, or seven to two. So you really just gave it to him. A lot of close stats though, like seven shots, two power play points, plus six, two goals. But the goalie stats were not very close though, besides win one apart. So I think Nick felt pretty comfortable coming into this one on Sunday. Batherson, three goals, three assists. Connor, five apples. Darren Radish, heard he's on the market too. Four goals, one assist, plus four. Three power play points, nine shots, eight hits, four blocks. Um, Larkin, two goals on the week. And then a goalie win from all his goalies here. Three Montreal goalies, though, Montembeault in the minors, but Kemper out, you can see now.
Yeah.
They'll be leaning on his trio of Montreal goalies for the time being.
Whew.
Yeah, exactly.
Time to prey
He's
on Nick.
Domo. Let's taking a look at his team here. Not really anyone. Horvat, he's out now, I guess. Two goals on the week. Kempe, two goals, two assists. Power play point. Brady, three apples, three power play points, 13 shots, seven hits. A lot of injuries here, too. Not like their office team, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Schmid getting him a win. I'll love to see that. Yari in Edmonton now, so an 877.
He'll get some starts. They'll be
Yeah,
similar to Skinner, but
a lot of puck, right? So,
yeah.
that's a win for him though, especially with Schmid's probably about to fall off. And then the third string Buffalo goalie has got the last three starts. So
Yeah,
yeah, it'll
no.
be interesting.
It's a good trade for him. Big win for Nick. Tough loss for Domo. As he stays stagnant in the standings. Well, all these people around him are moving. Team Rocket 5-5-0 in eighth, losing to the Polar Bears 5-2-3 in fourth. What happened here?
Sean with a good win, getting back in that column. Uh, Goalies taking three stats to zero. They tied in wins and shutouts. Then he only won by four shots, plus one, um, two short-handed points apiece. That's pretty frustrating, I'm sure, for both of them.
Yeah, the odds of
Um,
getting two in a week is like so
yeah.
slim, and then shit.
Yeah, no, good win here. Not as huge week point wise. I mean, Kyle got 26 apples on the week, um, but nothing is super impressive. That's what you can see here going through Kyle's team. Oh, sorry. Carlson, a goal, four assists. Darlene, two goals, five assists. Terry has been hot still, three goals on the week. Uh, Not a lot of depth stats going here. 16 shots from Carlson that was leading the way for his whole team. Looking at the goalies, his New Jersey duo, Allen with a really solid start. Uh, but yeah, you can see Skinner here. Not an impressive debut for him at Pittsburgh. Four goals against, or
I mean, it
four
was
goals
against
against average.
was it against Edmonton?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100% it was. But
That was this week though, right? So last week that was a game
oh,
in Edmonton.
oh, you're right. Okay, that I was gonna say the numbers didn't make sense in my head there, but yeah, you're right. He was
That would
on
have been his
Edmonton
last
there.
game as an Oiler.
Yeah. So moving down to Sean's team here. Um, really a spread out offense here. Quinn Hughes with his new team, goal and an assist. Morrissey, 4 apples. Mark Stone, 2 goals, 2 assists. JT Miller, a couple goals. And Busey, though, carrying the way here in nets for him. 3 wins on the week, 70 shots, a 933. With Thompson, no wins, but decent numbers on the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge addition to get Busey there off the waiver. There you go.
Well, that was some good results. A lot of teams moved around the standings a bit. Do you want to take a
Taking a
quick
look.
look at those?
Yeah.
Updated standings. We have Daltrey in first, 19 points, with a 5 point lead up on Patches, who's in second. Svech Me a Drink and Polar Bears right behind in 3 and 4 with 13 points. Fifth place with 11 points is House of Kirill, who's tied with TVT also at 11 points. Seventh place, seventh, eighth, ninth, all at 10 points. Jagerbombs, Team Rocket, Shifley Tower. 10, we have Tage holding it down on his own here and with 9 points. 11, 12, 13, all with 8 points. Team Ramrod, Dre, and the farm team. Domo with 7 points, holding on 14th. Yourself with 6 points in 15th. And Casey with a measly 3 points, holding up the bottom. But as you can see, right now, a playoff spot is 10 points at this moment. So really, everyone except Casey's in striking distance if they get some
Yep.
momentum, right? So
I agree.
uh, we'll see what happens. I think there's only what 20 weeks in this season because of the stop.
20 or 21, I can't remember.
So we're at the halfway point now, guys. It's gonna be really interesting. Let's take a quick look at some trades here. I know there were a lot.
Yeah, we did have quite a bit. When was the last day we recorded? Because I don't think we talked about
We
me
talked
picking
about
up Barkov. I don't think
Fiala.
we talked about Fowler.
We talked about Fiala.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think we talked about Letang and Benoit.
Yeah.
So then I think we got to start here.
All right. So we have Fowler at his 16th going to TVT, or sorry, going to Patches from TVT for McCabe in the 13th. You have anything to say about this one?
Yeah, Nick getting scared that Fowler's going to steal the crease on Montreal. Uh, Paying up pretty quickly for Travis getting him off the wire. But pretty typical fashion that we know that Travis couldn't hold on to him either as he's getting start. So 3 rounds is nothing, right? To kind of feel good about your goalie situation.
Especially
But I
those
mean,
rounds.
yeah, exactly. I think it's a good trade for both teams. It's what they wanted. Nobody
I
got
don't really
screwed
have an
over.
opinion on them. Like, it's too early to tell with Fowler. I know he's
Yeah,
going to be good, but will he be good this season? I don't know. Like, it's
yeah,
tough. So a 13th, yeah, okay, that's nothing, right?
yeah,
Yourself getting in on the fun, picking up Barkov, finally pulling the trigger here on the Barkov deal. Domo getting rid of him, who's been on his IR. He's going to miss the whole season pretty much. He might be back for playoffs if
yeah.
Florida makes it. Barkov in a 14th for Sherratt and an 8th. What happened here? Well, tell me about this trade.
Yeah, I actually regret this trade. Not because I got Barkov. Like obviously for going forward, I think it's a great deal. Schrott's a good grind player, and only having to pay an eighth for Barkov, I think is fair. Um, but it just locks me down for the season, right? With that position with that guy gone.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to get him if you wait longer, right? So that's kind of catch 22. Um, so I think he got a good return for Barkov as well. Um, and to get Sherratt, who puts up some good grind, and get another pick that he's going to move. Um, it's a win-win, I think, in my opinion. But kind of wish I didn't do this one.
If it was me, if I was Domo, I just would have held on to Barkov all year on my IR. Like to me, he's too good of a player to just move just because, you know. Um, it's gonna be really tough to make the playoffs this year. If you don't make the playoffs and you trade away Barkov for an eighth, you're not getting a player like Barkov in the eighth round in our draft. I think he may regret this trade long term. But I can't argue the price. If you're paying an eighth, I knew someone would get him cheap because you just wanted to move him. So good for you. Sherratt will be very useful to him this year, but I probably would have held on to him and just bitten the bullet and just see what would have happened this year.
Yeah, I was in that same spot a few years ago with Eichel,
Yeah,
moving him for an eighth, trying to compete. And that IR spot was heavy. Um, and now looking back, it's a regret, right? They didn't want to give him the surgery. And now he's killing it for Kyle. So
it's just how it works, right? You make the decision that you feel is best, but sometimes it backfires on you. I feel like this is one that he probably will regret. What's this one? Is this one an actual trade? Fonzie
uh
Pascal up Harley for a 14th. Yeah, it was, eh? He just needed the spot. He didn't get a player.
yeah, I just wanted to get a D-man.
He had a D-man extra. I think he had a guy coming off the IR and he just wanted to clear a
Yeah,
spot.
yeah,
So,
exactly. So I
I
dropped
mean,
somebody
three
for him.
round upgrade for Harley. I think it's a good value, especially
Yep,
at
I agree.
14th. Gives you a serviceable player to use in the meantime.
On a decent team.
Yeah. And Kyle had the excess and he just wanted something, so good trade for both, I think. Tage picking up Binnington, a sixth and a 10th. For Cooley, a 14th and an 18th. Why don't you tell me about this trade?
Yeah, I've been looking at my keepers and kind of well I want to go with long term. And Cooley somebody I've had my eye on. Um, and the price was always a 6+ for him. I was kind of happy to get rid of Biddington, although there is some value there, and I think that was kind of what helped him because his goalie situation has been so bad with injuries in Toronto, right? Um, the 6 and 10 is heavy, but I like the age of Cooley. I like where he's going. Unfortunately, it was like a 2 month IR update right after I got him.
Yeah, eight
Um,
weeks. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think it's a terrible price to get the guy I want.
I like Cooley. You asked me about him, what my opinion was on him several times. I've watched him play a lot. He has a lot of talent, and he's still growing, right? He is still
Yeah,
really young. I think he's like 20 right now, maybe 21.
21, I
Uh,
believe.
so, and he's gonna be playing with Gunther for years. He's gonna get those points just by playing with Gunther. I think it's a good pickup. You got rid of Binnington, who's not good. Uh, you had to pay a six, but to probably a young talent like that who might have been in Mark's keeper plans away, you have to pay a little bit, right? So,
Yeah, I agree. And now he's
Tarasov,
stuck with Bennington.
yeah, Tarasov a 14th and an 18th for Radish, a 16th and a 17th. Um, Tell me about this trade.
Yeah, this was just a an ad drop.
Oh, you
Um,
got two
the
round upgrades for him.
no, I paid two, and then he gave me one on the back end because we the picks just didn't work out. So
Okay,
he got like a net 1 round upgrade,
gotcha.
right? And then I picked up Jake Neighbors, needing a right wing just with some of the trades. My positions were out of whack.
So this is
Um,
nothing. We don't care
yeah,
about this
it's a
trade.
nothing trade. Yeah, this
Okay,
one here is actually something though.
we got the 10-minute warning here.
All right, let's go. Challenge
Davy
accepted.
Ben and Dorofiev, 10th and a 12th, going to you. For Stelik, Raquel, a 16th and 17th, going to Neil. I believe there was a lot of interest in Raquel. Why don't you tell me about this?
Yeah, there was. He came back from IR. I picked him up at the right time. Um, three positions as well. So a few people, and really, I kind of said, I'm like, listen, I want to compete this year to a degree. If I'm not getting a decent pick, like there's not really a motivation for me to move him. I'd rather have some better players. So got him down to a 10th, and he wanted Kastelik as well. So I'm game with him for the 12th. I thought some good round upgrades here, and Dorofiev, don't know if that's pronounced right, has
Yeah.
done well for me since.
Scores a
Um,
lot.
yeah, he scored the last 3 games for me, all power play points. So yeah, I thought this was a good deal for both of us. Well, at least for me, he paid what he wanted for the players who wanted, so that's good for him.
For a guy you picked up off the waiver wire like a day before, like yeah, I think that's a good upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the trade for you. I like the trade for Neil. Adds a little grit to Neil's team for that playoff push. Let's get in what we have here. Who's your daddy? So yeah, so this one happened before the flurry of trades, right? This was the first. This is the day before. Landeskog, Brode, a sixth and a tenth. Going to Casey for Brat, Nikskushin, a 14th and a 15th to Dre. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I think what stemmed this was Casey kind of put in the chat, if anyone wants Brad, I'll move him for a sixth. So then I think Nick trying to peel two pieces away. So if you look at Nishushkin for a tenth, I think that's a fair deal.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised to see him moving Landeskog the other way, just because he's starting to do a little bit better on that good Colorado team. But clearly, if you're getting Nishushkin coming back the other way, you're fine moving him. I think they're both pretty happy with this, and I think there's some other people who might not be as happy.
It might have been like the price to get Brat, right? So,
Yeah.
Nick was in a tough spot, like a lot of us. It's like do or die time. He decided to pull the trigger and move his sixth for Brat. I think Brat's a worthy player to move a sixth. He's got to pay a little bit to get a keeper away from a player, right? Because this is one of Casey's keepers. And yeah, he paid a little bit, and hopefully for Nick's sake that he provides. Um, Now let's get into Casey's other trades. So
I've got a flurry of them.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Casey as a GM, because what Casey doesn't do is use his leverage. Because I know he traded Heineman and a 16th for Lafreniere and an 11th to Daltrey. But I know at least a couple other GMs have inquired about Heineman throughout the last few weeks. You might have been able to get a better price than that. You got to circle back to those GMs. Um, I'm not sure might have not paid more than that, but I was a GM who had inquired about Heineman a couple weeks ago. He's like, no, I'm keeping him till the deadline. And then a week later or 2 weeks later, he's moved for an 11th. Like you got to circle back, buddy, and get the best value. And I know his Aho deal kind of struck a chord with some people too because of that. He probably could have fetched a bigger return. But what do you think of this trade itself?
I mean, he got a shorthanded point out of Heineman against me already this week, so I'm pretty pissed at Casey.
It's the
No,
grind, right,
I
that
don't
Heineman
think it.
provides?
I don't think it's a terrible deal.
Nope.
If you just look at this deal as a whole, I think it's a fair deal. Um, I just, like you said, you can leverage it, right? Try to get a little bit more. Did you accept the first offer? Maybe. Were you worried you wouldn't be able to get more? Maybe. But really, what's the risk of when you have this much time left until the deadline to
But
kind of
if you
hold
know other
on?
GMs
But
are
if you want to,
interested, like you got to
oh,
reach out. You're
I
doing your team
agree.
a
I
disservice.
agree. Yep. Yep. There has been a lot of conversations with me with GMs this year that I don't normally even talk to. Just you need to open up those avenues, right? So I kind of agree with you on this one that he probably could have got more as much as it's a fair deal.
I'm only saying that again, guys, because other GMs had inquired about him. Because when I talked to him, he said, "Oh yeah, he's garnered a lot of interest." Well, then why aren't you talking to these GMs to negotiate the best deal? Don't just be like trading players just to trade them. Like, get the best deal you can, you know?
Yep.
Aho and an eighth going to Hughes Your Daddy for Konechny and a tenth going to Neil. What do you think of this one?
I like this deal for Neil a lot. Um, I think it was time for him to get rid of Aho from the keeper base. Only an eighth to pick up a guy like Konechny who's way more well-rounded for his kind of playoff push. I think that's the play to get a tenth back as well. Like it's very very minor. Um,
Minor
I
pick
think he did
difference.
well. And then another thing that some people might not look at, you're moving a center for a left wing, right wing, right? So you're probably getting a better position selection too. Um, I know, as I also inquired about Aho, Uh, no, we'll go there after. We're not there
You
yet. We're
know,
not there yet.
I know Neil earlier in the season was telling me that Aho was probably on the outs on his team. He was looking at shaking up his keeper base with drafting Gunther and other young players. So I knew Aho would be moved at one point, or he was going to keep him for a playoff run. So I was not surprised to see this. I think it's a pretty good deal for both teams. Um, because he moved Aho for more assets, right? So we'll
Yep.
get into that. Um, Nick again reaching out to his farm team, KC. Nazar in a 10th for Zegras and a 17th. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, I thought this was a stellar deal for Nick. A tenth is not far off from probably what he's worth. Um, but the three positions, he's doing really well finding his home in Philly. I think this is a good deal for Nick. I don't think it's a terrible deal for KC either. Um, you got 7 round upgrade on a guy that could fall off, right? You really don't know. Zegers has been a little up and down, um, but
He fell
he's
off in
he's
Anaheim,
already
but
paid dividends. Yeah,
I've always been a fan.
yeah,
Like he's good, talented, but in Anaheim he fell out of favor and he needed a fresh start.
yeah. So if he keeps going, I think this is a great deal for Nick. If he kind of falls off again, I don't think the price is too far off, kind of where I see him.
I think we still have quite a bit of trades. So let's take a
Oh
break
yeah, yeah,
and
sounds
we'll
good.
come back for part two, guys.